They said I was too wild for the tour. They said I was a loose cannon. Well, you pencil neck wussies that gave me your little pink slip in your little restraining order. You ain't seen nothing yet. Now that I come to the World Wrestling Federation, all you no talent hacks better watch out. Especially you, Hulk Hogan. Come on, baby, it's time to shine.
He likes playing video games, and when you really think about it, that's not really so strange. But you would wonder if it's why the man was put on this earth. It's time to reevaluate how much a picture is worth. You can be informed and entertained. No need to explain. Watch the review of the game. He is still gaming, and I'm pretty sure that it's something that won't ever change. He is still gaming, and he will for as long as he lives, as long as there are days.
Okay, I admit it. For the early part of my life, I was a big fan of professional wrestling. I always knew it was choreographed and pre-planned, but I was a kid and I saw these guys as something like comic book heroes. Even when professional wrestling was quickly losing its heritage and going straight into the shitter thanks to a variety of things, I held on to wrestling a lot longer than I want to admit, gradually watching less and less before completely giving up on it almost 10 years ago. The last wrestling game I played was the original WWF SmackDown on the PlayStation 1, which was a superb game. I thought that would be the last wrestling game I ever played in my lifetime, but THQ and Ukes are trying to pull back some of the old fans with Legends of WrestleMania, a PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 title that brings back many of our favorites from back in the day. Hulk Hogan, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, Andre the Giant, The Undertaker, The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Ultimate Warrior, Sergeant Slaughter, The Road Warriors, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and my boy, AA Arn Anderson. One major player that was left out was Macho Man Randy Savage, who arguably had the greatest WrestleMania match ever against Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania 3. Vince McMahon allegedly has deep personal issues with Savage, so we can blame Savage's absence on Vince's petty party. There are many different modes of play, including a steel cage match, a Hell in a Cell match, a ladder match, and a 10 to 30 man Royal Rumble. My favorite feature, though, by far, is the WrestleMania Tour mode. It allows you to relive moments in WrestleMania history. They show a neat backstory, and then you're given objectives to recreate scenes from the match. They did a really good job with animating scenes that took place during these events. You can also rewrite history, where some dick screwed over the good guy by cheating, and you can just erase that debacle. The redefined mode is just a tad on the ridiculous side. It takes past matches and changes the stipulations. I didn't really feel comfortable having the late Andre the Giant and the late Big John Studd battling it out in a Hell in a Cell match, and Andre dropped Studd 30 feet onto the announcer table. Ew. The Creator Wrestler feature is very in-depth. There's such an expansive moveset in this game. And when it comes to customizing the actual look of your wrestler, it's just bananas. I'm pretty sure someone out there right now is making a badass Guile.
Sonic Boom!
The feature would have been fantastic had it not been glitchy as hell. Whenever I try to select something a few rows down, it's still loading one of the options in between that I didn't even stop on. This also partially ruins the Create an Entrance mode that gives a lot of freedom on setting up all the special effects and the camera angles and the pyro. It would have been such a great concept, but this is stupid. This is bad programming. Horrible programming. But still, check out my awesome Created Wrestler. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was on that day either. Once I got through creating these wacky wrestlers with cool ring entrances, I got in the ring, finally, and quickly realized Legends of WrestleMania is just not that much fun. Controls aren't solid, and things get especially complicated when you're fighting more than one opponent. Just everything about the game feels average and unpolished. And the thing that really kills the game is quick time events. Here I was thinking I escaped the extremely overused quick time events in video games, but bam! It's right here in Legends of WrestleMania. It's great that they have these animations that represent actual wrestling, but instead of making it so that you have to actually roll a thumbstick and press a certain button to juke left or right or whatever, you just have to press the button that shows up on screen and you've already reversed it. Instead of watching the wrestling moves, I'm looking for the next button to press. This game feels like an interactive movie that you can't even watch. Presentation values are kind of a mixed bag. They made a lot of the wrestlers way too big compared to their actual size at the time just because they tested better or some bullshit marketing speak like that. What I did like, however, were some nice touches here and there, like using different pop-ups for the wrestler names depending on which WrestleMania event they were at. That was nice and all, but unfortunately the novelty wore thin, and at the end of the first day, I felt like I just got screwed out of $60 over a half-finished, completely rushed game that should have been nothing more than a budget tie-in game to the upcoming WrestleMania 25. For longtime and former wrestling fans only, Legends of WrestleMania is a weekend rental at best. Hell, even the developers knew this. You can get 1,000 achievement points lightning quick in this game. Just an opportunity wasted. Don't bother. Don't.
Just who in the hell do you think you are?
Huh?
Giving this game a bad rating even though yours truly is in the game. Come here, you little bitch! I'll whoop all y'all asses. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, even though you're not in the Wrestling Federation anymore because you Vince's daughter.